Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Central Empire Wrestling presents Bridge City Slam 6 live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Come see Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, former WWE Tag Team Champions Demolition, Real One Enzo Amore, The Powers of Pain, The Boogeyman, Snitsky, Jordan Grace, Cameron Brennan, and the stars of CEW. Tickets start at just $20 and include the Fan Fest from 4 to 7 p.m. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster or at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. It's Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa.
Tractors that were once new, then old, are new again. Stay tuned to hear about what's hot with collectible tractors on Successful Farming Radio.
Successful Farming Radio, providing information farmers need in the field, in the shop, and in the office. Committed to growing your business in agriculture.
Check out our full lineup of Successful Farming podcasts. The Successful Farming podcast goes in-depth into the topics that affect farmers and ranchers. The 15 Minutes with a Farmer podcast offers a quick conversation between an editor and a farmer. The SF Shorts podcast offers bite-sized interviews about agricultural topics. And the SF Daily podcast covers commodity markets, weather, and the big things happening in agriculture each morning. Search for Successful Farming wherever you download your podcasts. Interact with Successful Farming on social media. Like us on Facebook at Successful Farming USA and follow us on X at Successful Farm for tips, ideas, timely news, and information from our editors. Find us on Instagram at successful_farming and love the latest photo or video. And take a look behind the scenes with our editors on TikTok at successful_farming.
There comes a time when that old tractor needs to go, and there are plenty of people who are willing to give it a new home. Like many antiques, you'd think the older the tractor is, the more coveted it would be. But that's not the case here. Successful Farming Executive Machinery Editor Dave Mowat says in the 1990s, tractors from the 1920s and 30s were hot. Today, the must-have collectibles are from the late 50s, 60s, and early 70s.
That's because older collectors had the older tractors and they want something new to add to their collection. Also, young men and women that are entering the hobby want to have tractors that they grew up with or their grandfather had on their farm or Uncle Tom that they'd go visit in the summers.
Another hot thing now is muscle tractors, which includes over 100 horsepower tractors from the late 1960s and 70s. Mowat says phenomenal money is being paid for these machines. If the collector in you doesn't want to break the bank, he says the older tractors are your best deals.
Let's just take a John Deere A or a Farmall C or a Minneapolis Moline U. These tractors that used to bring bigger money, now you can buy them at an estate sale, an older collector, restored for less money than likely the collector put into the tractor restoring it.
This is because there is less interest in the older models, and there were far more of them made than tractors from the 1960s and 70s. I'm Jody Henke. Learn more about collecting old tractors and other old iron pieces at agriculture.com.